There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. I don't think I should be up here. Now I really feel like Tomb Raider. Oh my god. Oh, camera. What'd you say? No money to go to school?
Yes.
Feels a lot cleaner here. Siem. I've heard it was too, but it's a chill vibe. 5 gigabytes, $1. I think I got 40 for 10 at the airport. Using Smart, the company. It's good. It's worked just fine. Even when I took the taxi from PP to Siem, I had data most of the whole way, which was obviously nice. So it wasn't such a boring car ride. The ride was kind of interesting. Got to see the rural side of Cambodia. I find it fascinating. Some of the houses they live in, it's like on stilts and it's just one big room. And I guess the whole family sleeps in the bedroom and the kitchen's a part of it. And I want to definitely take a tour of one of those soon. I've noticed that in the less developed countries, there's still like gas station attendants. I think that's a way to give jobs and have people working, but it's mostly been like Mexico for sure. They had it. I think Albania they were doing it too, and then here, Brazil too. Some places. Here we go. This is pretty. As you can see, they're getting ready for the New Year celebrations. I thought the Chinese New Year was more popular down here, but I guess they're doing our New Year as well. I spent my New Year's in a lot of interesting locations. Jamaica, Mexico, Brazil. It's gonna be interesting spending it here in Siem. Looks like they got the celebrations are gonna be fun though. Love the green when a city can incorporate the nature. It just makes it feel less chaotic, more peaceful. Big plus. Damn, Herbalife is out here. Didn't know that it made it all the way to Asia. Good for that company. I've tried some of their products. It's not bad. Yeah, for sure a more relaxed vibe here. I like. This is a high school. Pretty cool. Gonna walk in a little temple here near the city center. Beautiful, so pretty. Got the cows. They love their cows. Just how neat is that? I just think it's amazing. There's a 7-head snake of protection. This is crazy. What's coming up? There. Got the crows eating some blue guy. And some dude in the chariot. I thought that was wicked. The infamous pub street during the day. This place gets rocking at night, as you will see coming up, but really good vibe. I like this, what they do with the little decorations up there. I think those are slinkies. They always switch it up, have cool stuff. I think they do a great job on this pub street. Here we go, Christmas decorations. Place is a ghost town kind of during the day. And it gets hot at night. I like these markets, but a lot of it is just a bunch of crap. The night markets, though, you can find some really, really good stuff. Some big business. Got a $37 ticket. Couldn't finesse the student discount. But you buy one day, you get another day free. If you buy 3, I think you get 5 days. And the 3-day pass is $67. So yeah, let's get this baby started. What you think, Bob the Builder? You excited?
I can't wait the moment when I see the sign.
The size of it? You can't wait?
Sign.
Oh.
Angkor Wat. One of the best things in the Cambodia.
It's a new world wonder, I think, too.
Yeah, maybe so. We will check it.
See. Waited about 45 minutes. Wasn't the best payoff, but still pretty. Big place. It didn't come out that good, but these are all a bunch of ancient battles they have drawn. It's pretty cool. This baby's pretty big. Okay, so this is crazy. The Pantheon was built, famous structure in Rome, in 100 AD, and Angkor Wat was started in 1100 AD. 1,000 years the Pantheon was built before this massive structure that looks prehistoric. And Republic of Venice was probably at its peak when this was being built too. Bananas.
1975 to 1979 by Purport.
Those are concubines. You see them all over the temple. The kings had lots of women in their life. I go into the VIP spot. Back in the day, only the top dogs were allowed. I mean, what can I say about Angkor Wat and all the temples around there? Obviously, you have to see them. It's crazy. They're beautiful. The Hindu and Buddhist influence. Was it hard going to all of them in 2 different days? Yes. It was long days. And then kind of like the old cliche for the traveler. Oh, another day, another temple, cafe, that type of vibe. It gets that, hey, more concubines. Cool design. But they're beautiful. I think you have to see them. I don't think I would do it again. And I had to get drunk halfway through each time doing it because it's just a lot of walking and a lot of listening. But, I mean, look at this place. They're massive. It truly is amazing. For sure, get a good tour guide that speaks English. Our first guy was really good. The second guy, not the greatest. Or get like an audio guide, like a podcast or something that you can listen to get all the history. And our dude doing this tour here was really good. I learned a lot of different things, but the second one I had was tough. Tons of these statues all around. This one's got its head on too. All of them were chopped off by the Khmer Rouge. Buddha. In the Hindu, they need to be protected by the ocean. So the moats around there is considered the ocean. And I'll explain the rest later because I'm forgetting it at the moment. But it's a huge moat. All the temples that were built during the Hindu time have that. And they have something to do with like the mountain peaks, and that's what the towers are inside of Angkor Wat, the temple. Very interesting, huh? That's the original bridge over there. This is the new one, little floaty thing. Go up and down. Woo! Hey, you were saying this was a city, right?
This was a city, and this is a temple.
God,
This temple is
damn. This is wicked. I really liked all the different decorations, but also the storytelling, like you see right there, about like past wars or daily life for the Cambodians back then. Our tour guide told us all these different stories, and it was really neat. You see the faces? That's cool, huh?
They wanted to restore lots of beer and things, but not. This is a bowl of rice or soup. You know what is the most popular dish of Cambodia nowadays and back then? Jam standing on the boat. This is the Chinese.
As you can tell, I'm a big fan of not kind of being with a tour guide or doing the normal thing. I like to go behind the scenes and, explore myself. Definitely need to read beforehand so you have an idea what you're checking out, but I can't stand being like cattle with a tour guide. Oh, that's cool, that face. Another umbrella.
The Shiva Linga means the fertility of the Shiva. Yeah. The god had different shapes.
Indiana rune. Oh, nope. It's pretty cool. Totally explore the whole thing. How many people here? Bunch of different little alleyways. Oh, you get that Indiana Jones vibe. Definitely one of the most safe places I've been. Historical tourism. It's kind of good though. I like that. I asked the tour guide, so where does the money go? You pay $37. These people aren't making more than a couple dollars an hour. He says to the government, but the government is pocketing it. Very interesting. Beautiful, beautiful temple. I guess the French found it and it was covered in a bunch of trees and overgrown things, and I think they cleared it out in like 1937. But wow, amazing, amazing. You see? Camera. What'd you say? No money to go to school?
Yes.
Oh my God. Your parents need to put you not on the street working. Doing a little Tomb Raider action. Angelina Jolie. I love the video games. They were really good. We're gonna see where it was shot at right now. When I was younger, I think these video games had an impact on me. The Uncharted series and Tomb Raider. Now I get to live it in real life.
My video is about
Cheese. Alright, so at this point of the day, I was getting a little bored, had a couple street side beers, and I said it's time to explore. I don't mean any disrespect, Cambodians, but I had to get lost in the sauce. Take you on the hidden tour. Now I really feel like Tomb Raider. Oh my gosh. Look at all those little hidden crevices. Oh. I don't think I should be up here. Just imagine being some Frenchman in the 30s going through this, and God, that would be unreal. I need to find some hidden lost civilization somewhere. Be super cool. This was actually the last temple and the oldest temple here, and it's made from that brick. It's small, but interesting, huh? I think it's like, what, day 4 or 5 in Siem. Staying busy. So many of those damn temples to see. A lot of different action happening. I like the city, though. It's very relaxed, better, cleaner, safer. I think you could get maybe a little bored after you finish up the temples, but I think at least a week you spend here, you know, because unless you're a person that can do back-to-back-to-back days of sightseeing and whatnot, I need breaks. I need to do it a little slower. We got those floating villages, you know, the temples, the pub street, you know, a handful of things to keep you busy. A lot more tourist traps, I will say here. Wasn't terrible in the capital. But Siem, you know, you better be ready to get attacked, you know, especially when you do all the touristic things. I'll show you the video of all those little kids coming up at the... Oh, we're going right through traffic. Damn. I hope that was that guy's kid. That girl was like 10 years old. But, yeah, at one of the temples the other day, you know, they stop you at a little restaurant, and obviously the prices are not normal. They're touristic prices. The guy did tell us beforehand, so that was nice. The guy wasn't terrible, but then they had like 10 kids out there trying to sell things, and then they were on you like hawks, especially when we left. They were like, you know, banging on the freaking van and trying to come inside the van, and I'm like, Jesus, because you can't give them money, okay? That's just perpetuating the cycle, because I guarantee you those kids are making more money than their parents, most likely. And instead of being in school, they're out there, you know, getting pimped out to sell little trinkets for $1. And some dude, an American dude, was like, "Come on, guys, it's just $1, you know, give them $1." I said, "Dude, you think you're helping them? You're not." Instead of being in school, they're making money from you, so they get put out here. I learned that lesson a lot in Mexico when the little kids would come up to my table at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, with their little trinkets, and you'd see their parents in the background, and probably have 6 kids going out there and doing that. 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm talking, you know, on a Wednesday too, not just a weekend. And I remember giving to them at the start, and my amiga told me, he's like, why are you doing that? You're just making them more motivated to put their kids out every night to make money. I was like, oh, you're right. But it's just sick how parents can do that to their kids, pimp them out like that. You know, it's a very, very telling sign about where a country is and and what they're up to, and they're allowing that. That's what I told my driver, you know, which was a really good dude. But I'm like, dude, like, that's on you. You know, you got to tell the people that you don't give to them, because it's after the fact. You know, I brought it up. He's like, oh yeah, I don't, you know, recommend tourists give them money. I'm like, well, then you should have told everyone that beforehand, because obviously you brought us there, you know, for them to make some money too. So it's just tough, you know. Makes me very grateful how I grew up, and, you know, parents and whatnot. And look, I admire hustlers, but when they're 5, 6, 7 years old, I mean, my God, it's just brutal. Now, if they're a teenager and they have a little lunch break and they want to go and hustle, or at night, you know, try to make some money after the school, okay, that's more cool. I can respect that. When that's like their full-time job, when they should be, you know, learning their ABCs, yuck, yuck, yuck. And all that being said, look, I'm not a save the world type of person, right? I think you got to save yourself before you can help those around you. Then as it gets bigger and bigger, you can, you know, make a difference. But, and you know, all the problems those NGOs have had in Cambodia, a bunch of corrupt liars, thieves. But, you know, I have a heart, and obviously I'm benefiting from being in a country that is this impoverished, you know, with my dollars and the money I make. But I feel I have to say something, because right now I'm saying this because some people are harping on me for some Instagram reel, you know, saying like, oh, you know, why do you have to be like that, and that's just the Cambodian way, and blah blah blah. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what I feel and what I see, but yeah, I just think Cambodians need to take more responsibility, especially for their children, because, you know, even if it is culture, it's still fucked up. I've been to churches, cathedrals, temples all over the world, and I can really say that Buddhist temples, there's a certain vibe to it that feels really good. The aroma, the music. This is Lane Buddha right here. Just the colors. I really enjoy these temples. Man, this is amazing. This is better than the Royal Palace artwork. The only thing that excites me about settling down is when I'll have my own place and I can decorate it with stuff like this. I mean, how cool. And it was like 3D, it came out. That's pretty. It's unreal. This is what I want in my house. Some paintings like this. Wow. Good job. Alright, here we go. Another day of temples. This was a different tour. I didn't like it as much as the first tour. Still a couple. Oh, look at that. That's a scorpion. But we saw some cool things. Met a nice little Italian girl that was solo traveling. Yeah, these temples just a lot of work. Most mythical animal in Hindu and Buddhism, the elephant. Yeah, the only way to fully appreciate all this is if you have a really good tour guide, or if you have some sort of audio guide that can teach you everything, and you know, you can learn about. Otherwise, it's the same old. Let's see what we got in here. Uh-oh. We got a preserved statue. You see the snake head? It's prevalent all over here. Forgot what they said, but I'll add it into the video.
Buddha they built in 7th century, 17th century. Before in Siem we have many wild tiger and elephant. So today a lot of the people living here that they are killing, they killing So they try to destroy the sanctuary.
Sneak by. So these trees are still alive. When they die, they cut them down. I asked him how old it is. It must have been there for a long time if it grows on the temple, but he didn't know. I assume hundreds of years. This lake was created for tourism, is what they told me. As you see later on here, those trees, they used to be dry, and then rainy season they would come in there, but they created it so it's always wet. All the trees are dead. It's a long bridge. Luckily I got beer. It's a lot of work. You gotta see it. It is what it is, but my goodness. I gotta say this temple was pretty cool though, surrounded by different little ponds. I think it had to do with medicine and health, but to get here was an adventure, and then to see it was really cool.
Yeah,
I like this one a lot.
You see the house that in front.
Oh, all the heads are chopped off.
What dropped off?
All the heads are chopped off.
Yeah.
So one side was the good people and the other side is the demons, and they're both holding a snake. That's pretty cool right here. And another temple. This one was freaking massive. Took forever to go through. That's one thing I can't wait for them to be able to do, is create like virtual reality when you can go through these temples and see it how it really was. I think that would be fascinating, because look at this thing, it's massive. And obviously now it's, you know, somewhat destroyed, but in its heyday, it must have been bananas. Alright, if you're still here this long in the video, you're amazing. I like you a lot. Overall, Angkor Wat, the temples, obviously something, you know, out of a movie you need to see. You gotta go through it. You know, the long days, all the walking. It is pretty cool. Siem, I had a beautiful time in this area. Probably my favorite parts were the floating villages and seeing how the locals really live. Go check out the last video if you want to check that. But Siem could be definitely a place I could chill out. You know, good cafes, calm nature. Prices were very good. Those holes in the wall there, they used to like use it for decoration. They'd have a bunch of different like art pieces pushed into the holes. Kind of interesting way of decorating. But yeah, overall I recommend everyone for sure, you know, check out Siem Reap. And for the nomad people, you know, you could stay there for a while and I think you would be in good spirits. Mamma mia. That was a long temple. I'm pretty sure it's the biggest temple here actually in the complex. It's been a long day, but I'm gonna see the sunset. Alright, so this was the end of the tour. We had to hike up like 15-20 minutes to get up here. I mean, look at all the people. Lot of tourists checking this out. We got here a little late, so trying to find a good spot. Luckily, I'm a sneaky boy, as you will see coming up. I kind of bent the rules, and we got in trouble. At least my friends did. I stuck away. Secret hideout.
Oh my god.
I'm not with them. I decided. Hey, how you doing, amigo? And that was that. This is me after about 8 hours miles of walking, probably 8 or 9 beers. This is New Year's Eve traffic. So we went on December 31st, and it's about 10 o'clock right now. And the place, I mean, it was packed. Look at that. All the people in one car. I saw that a lot. Unfortunately for me, I said I was going to take a nap and I'd go back out, but I passed out and I woke up to the fireworks and I got to see them out my window, which was nice. And that man right there showed me what kind of time he had. Oh, it was crazy. But hey, have a great day. Live bold.